I kind of feel silly even trying to introduce him right now because I think everyone knows who it is. But just for maybe the one person in the room who doesn't know, let me try. He is a retired football living legend, originally from Côte d'Ivoire. He's the all-time top scorer and former captain for Côte d'Ivoire's national team, and he has scored more goals than any other foreign player for Chelsea. Throughout his career, he's won different titles, including, but of course not limited to, FA Cup, Premier League, Champions League, African Cup of Nations. I could go on, but I think you guys are sick of seeing me, so bye. Please help me in welcoming to the stage Didier Drogba.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, my brothers and sisters. Lui-même. So where do I start? So, je t'aime aussi. Qui a dit je t'aime? So, I spent the last few days trying to write a speech. Where do I start? I'm going to tell my story. Wow. So I have to start in 1978. It's going to be long. 10 minutes will be too short. So I'm going to try to make it simple. Of course, I can do it in French. It's going to be easier for me. But because the vocabulary is going to be richer, but I'm going to try. So I was 6 years old. Before that, I want to say, my mom said to me, when she gave birth, I started working. I didn't do like the little steps. I started working when I was 6 months old. 6 months. So she believed I had something. What? I don't know. But at 6 years old, I said to my mom and dad, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a doctor and I want to play football. And my uncle was a professional football player in France, and when he was coming to Ivory Coast, I look at him like this, with big eyes. I want to go and live with him. So one day, and in our culture, the younger brother of the family, which was my uncle, asked to take his big brother's son with him to give him a chance for education. So I moved to France. And can you imagine, 6 years old, leaving your mom and dad in Côte d'Ivoire, going on a plane for the first time, crying all night, all flight, and then you land in France, and you go to school. First day at school, your friend, they're young, so they don't know. It's the first time that they see a black guy. So they're surprised. And all my life has been like this, challenges. And all these different challenges took me to this. I have to take the lead of my life. I went to see a football game my uncle was playing, so I went to the stadium and I see the crowd, like I see you guys now, and I see the energy, and I'm like, wow, this is really what I want to do for a living. I didn't know there was money in football. It's just my passion. I was driven by passion. And I said, I want to score goals like this guy. I want to celebrate like this man. And I want the crowd to be like this when they see me. I want to score the goal in the final. I want to be a superstar, but I didn't know what superstar means. So every time I had the chance to come on a football field, to play a final, I was preparing myself like differently. I need to know why I score a goal when I was playing. I need to know why I score a goal because I want to be able to duplicate, because the feeling I have when you guys are supporting me, are celebrating when I score a goal, I want that to happen every single day, every time I play. So I need to know why I'm scoring. I need to know why I'm not performing as well. So when I was playing with passion, so for me, it was just natural to score goals, to play. But then I wanted to get to another level. And before that, I had a lot of injuries. I broke my fifth metatarsal, left side, and my agent is here. He's here. He's been with me since I'm 19 years old. So he knows the story. He knows everything. I broke my leg, my ankle. I was on the floor, put my leg like this. The ankle is going the other way. I was thinking, I'm done for football. I mean, this is my dream. I really want to play, but maybe it's not for me. All these injuries, I really don't think it's for me. And I was 19 when I signed with a professional team. 19 years old, it's late. When my fellow colleagues, Thierry Henry, David Trezeguet, were winning the World Cup, I was signing professional. So imagine, they said to me, my dad didn't want me to play football. He didn't want me to play football because it's not like now. Now every parent, they push their kids. Go and play, go, you're gonna make money, go. No. Football at the time was not a job. I used to write, when I go to school, they say, okay, what you want to do when you become older? I used to put professional football player, and my dad has to sign. Take the paper. When you find a proper job, I'll sign it. I said, okay. So I had to put something else. I want to be a baker. Are you crazy? I said, it's a job, no? No problem. So I had to face, like I said, I had to face a lot of challenges. And this one was the biggest because it's my dad. He's my father. He's someone that inspires me. It's someone that I look up to. But my dream is different, and he's not supporting me the way he would support me for something else. So I had to prove to him that my decision is the right one. It's my passion, but I want to make it my living. So when I was improving, playing with the professional team, after all these injuries, I started to question myself. I said, there might be something I'm doing wrong. So I look at my friends around me, and yesterday I was with him. Florent Malouda was working with someone who was helping him to recover faster. So we play a game. After that, our families gather together, and then we eat, we have a few drinks. The next day, I'm tired. I'm super tired, but there's training. So I go to train, and I see the guy who had the same drinks, the same food, he's fit, he's training hard, and I'm like struggling. He said to us, I asked him, how do you do that? He said, I'm working with people to help me recover because this is my job. This is what helps me to make money, to earn money, to feed my family. Then I understand, okay, so football is not only playing and just being happy to be a professional football player. It is a full-time job. So I hired these people, and I used to train an hour and a half with the team, and after that, I used to work with them 3 or 4 hours to recover. And what really inspired me to do that, I read a book and the story of Michael Jordan, and he had people he had the team, the basketball team management, and he had people working for him on the side. So that's how he became the best. That's how he could make the difference. And I always wanted to make a difference, like I said earlier. So I hired these people to go to the next level. And as soon as I start working with them, Guingamp, 1 year. Marseille, 1 year. I signed for 4 years, I was gone after 1 year. I went to Chelsea. Chelsea, I thought I was going to stay there. I didn't want to go to Chelsea at first. Yeah, because my dream for me was to play for Marseille. Big Marseille fan. And I have to be honest, everything went so fast. So 2 years before that, before having this offer from Chelsea, I was a substitute in second division. In second division, French second division. And now one of the biggest teams in the world wants me to play for them. It's a big challenge, it's another challenge. So I was a bit scared, but because I learned how to succeed, how to face failure, I took the challenge. I took the challenge because I believe in me. Because before me, there was Laurent Pokou. I didn't know him. What a talent it was from Ivory Coast. He scored so many goals in the African Cup. He still has the record. I think he's been beaten by Samuel Eto'o, but he still has the record. He played in France, was so famous. They loved him, and he inspired me. I said, I'm from Ivory Coast. This guy represented my country. This guy represented Africa on a big stage. I want to do the same thing. I want people to know where I'm from. I want people to know my culture. So every time I come in the dressing room, I put the music and I start dancing. They're like, oh, what is he doing? I say, this is from my country. This is how we dance. Coupé décalé, this is from my country. My country is Côte d'Ivoire, West Africa. They're like, oh. So step, toujours. And I faced, like I said, some challenges. He was talking before me about signing contracts. This is a reality, and I'm not judging, I'm not criticizing, but this is what we all have to fight for. We're looking for respect. First of all, we have to prove. This has been our story. This has been my story. I always had to prove. Why him in Chelsea? When I moved to Chelsea, they say, why paying so much money for a guy? We don't know him. He's coming from Africa. He played 1 year in Marseille, and now he's in a big club. And this man, Jose Mourinho, he said to them, he said, I want this man. He had the opportunity to sign the best players in the world, but he believed in me. He said, I want you. I want you. And if you want to become the best player in the world, you have to play for me. That's Jose, you know. But signing in this team, we're talking to sponsors, and my agent is here, he can testify. So I signed a contract with a big sponsor, and then I was about to sign, and I was trying to compare a little bit with the other players. And I say, hold on, there's a difference. I played for Marseille. I played Champions League. I scored goals. I played UEFA Cups. I scored goals. Top scorer in 2004 of European Cups. Crazy season, moving to Chelsea, big club, big stage. But my contract was lower than these players who were playing for good teams, but not the level of Marseille, no European competitions. And I asked them, I said, guys, can you explain to me why my contract is like this and the contract is there? They say, we are sorry, but they're playing for for European national teams, and you're playing for an African national team. I'm like, okay. And because you're playing for an African national team, we cannot control, we don't know how much you're gonna sell, how many shirts you can sell, how many football boots you can sell. And I took it as a challenge. I said to them, you don't know. Now I'm going to show you. Now I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you that where I come from, I don't have a country behind me. I have a whole continent behind me. And this is the place where you should invest. And this was 2004, 2005. This is the place where you should invest. So last year, when I saw the Nike campaign with Nigeria selling millions of shirts, I was sitting there, I said, I told you, no? I told you. And just to say that, it has to come from us. From us. First, we need to believe, you need to have a dream. It can be a passion, but we have to work hard. For us to succeed, we have to work hard. And I've never stopped working hard. And I always challenge myself. Like this move from Marseille to Chelsea, I was like, can I really do it? Okay, try. After that, I went to China. I won everything in Chelsea. I decided to go to China because obviously good wages, but also it was a challenge for me to go and discover this culture. Why are they thinking this way and not the same way as we in Africa or in Europe? So I went there and I said, okay, me, African, I'm going to show them that we have a continent, that we play football, and we can be famous as well. It didn't last. 5 months later, I was back in Europe, Galatasaray. I said, I want to play in Champions League again. I took the challenge. I played in Champions League, scored goals. And then they say, this guy was finished, 35 years old. He was finished. But we can see that he still got something in his legs. Played against Chelsea, played against Real Madrid, scored. Mourinho said, my son, come back home. Age 36, another challenge. Play and win the league again in England. I mean, as a striker, normally after 30, 34 years old, you're going down. But at that age, because I took care of my body, because I knew how to compete, I knew how to win, I came back and I won the league with Chelsea. Then I decided to go to US. Because for me, Asia, Europe, played in Africa with my national team, decided to go to US to see how it works. Played for Montreal, success. I was going to stop, I was going to retire. And then this guy called me and said, I want you to play for my team. But I'm in second division, US. You're talking about me? Second division US? No. He said to me, I give you some shares at the club. I'm like, huh? Not only I can play. It's my passion. I can turn it into profit, salary, and now I'm becoming a businessman. Okay, so I took the challenge, and I have to tell you, it was the most important experience of my life. It was the best years of my life. Playing, let me explain to you. Let me explain why. Because in that team, it looks like I was going back to where I started, when I was 19. All the players around me were 19 years old, 20, 22, 23, 40. Before, after training, we come back to the dressing room. Oh, you see the goal. Oh, I won. And now I come back to the dressing room. Everybody would do Instagram, Snapchat. I sit like, hey. I think it's time for me to leave the game because without talking, they're pushing me to retirement. But really, these kids, when they look at me, when I came, they were looking at me like this. Wow, how'd you score that goal? How'd you play that game? And what about the disgrace? I say, yeah, man, you know, look, you can do it. It's not because you see me on a big screen that it's impossible. You can do it. Look, today we're training on the same field. Okay? So you have to forget about this complex and you have to believe in yourself and say, I can do it. But you have to learn. You have to learn. And I'm here to teach you. Because I'm going to tell you something. I'm not coming here to retire. I'm coming here to win. I'm coming here to win. I need, when I hang up my boots, I need to put my boots and leave with a trophy. So you, I don't care, you're 19, you're 25, you, and you, please help me win and last trophy. So instead of coming and say, I'm going to show you how to do it, I said, guys, please, I need you. And there's no shame of doing that because alone you cannot achieve much. You can go somewhere, but together you can break a lot, and open a lot of doors. You use this, taking the lead to another level. And the first year we qualified for the conference final. And the second year, we won the conference final with the same team. And those kids, I was challenging the first year, the next year, the second year, my last year, they were challenging me. They were challenging me. Didi, can you do that? Boom, they give me the ball. Good. So for me, I was so happy because when I was young, I didn't have this chance. People believing in me. So I had to fight. I had to find my way. And it's like God gave me so much during those 20 years of playing football that before stopping, I had to give something back so I can live in peace. I think, and now I'm not playing no more, but they just broke a record in US, 20 consecutive wins. This is the first time in sports history in US, 20 consecutively wins. And I called them, I said, we have a group, I said, you guys are so stupid. Why do you wait for me to live to achieve that? But really, just to say that I'm so happy to be here, to share my story. And I want to finish with this. So I stopped playing, and while I was in this process, I met a lot of people. a lot of people. Like, oh, Didier, come, I want you to invest in this company, I want you to invest in that. And I made the wrong decisions. I lost a lot of money. I lost a lot of money because I made the wrong decisions, because I didn't have the knowledge, I didn't have the experience. And meeting people like Amadou, Masai, at the time, Nelson Mandela, meeting His Excellency, Mr. Paul Kagame, I learned a lot being with them. Different skills, but I learned a lot. And the only thing I learned is that I need to educate myself. The more I'm educated, the less people can trick me. So that was so important to me for the second phase of my life, because football you can play for 1 month, from 1 month to a year to 10 years. You don't know where it's going to stop, because you have to use your physique, your body, you run everywhere. But with age, I used to be fast. Huh? I used to be so fast. Don't look at me like this. I used to be good. I'm telling you. Now, you throw the ball, I want to... Even my son can catch it before me. But I used to be good. So now that I realize that I cannot chase the ball with the same pace, I cannot handle defenders with the same physique, with the same power, I needed to use my brain. I need to use my brain. I was already doing that, because people, when they see me on the field, they used to say, oh, Drogba, big, powerful, bully this, goal like this. But they don't know that I played football not with my legs, with my brain first. With my brain. And now, I'm at the beginning of my new career. I have a lot of ambitions, a lot of dreams. I want to do good for my continent. I want to do good for my country. I want you guys not only to go abroad, learn, be skillful, and then come back and invest in your country, in your continent, but I want you guys to understand that we can do that on our continent. I'm not the first, and I hope I'm not going to be the last one, but if I can show the way, like my elders did, like Amadou did, like Serge Ibaka did, like not only sportsmen, but like I was going to say His Excellency, Mr. Paul Kagame did, because look at your country. I was here in 2009. And your country has been through a lot of pain in the past. But how did you guys find the energy to rebuild? This is really fantastic. How did you get the find the energy to rebuild the country? How did you find the energy to sit together? Only in Africa. Only in Africa. And you are an example. You are an example. And in my small experience, when Ivory Coast went through civil war, I used you as an example. So when we qualified for our first World Cup, with my teammates, we went down on our knees and beg for peace, for elections, for democracy. And you guys really inspired me to do that. Of course, Mr. Mandela inspired me a lot. Daddy, as I used to call him, inspired me a lot. But you guys inspired me, and I'm really happy to be back here 10 years later and to see the development of the country, to see that you guys are organizing Youth Connect Africa Summit, to see that you're an example for the continent, and to see so much diversity here. Thank you very much. I can stay here for hours. I don't want to go, but I need to stop, and if you have some more questions, I'm here. Thank you very much.
Drogba, I think we don't want you to go for sure, but of course there are other panels taking place. I've been told specifically no questions, but it's Friday who said that. I think maybe one question, only one.
I know we rushing,
Yes.
but I think I said that before. You are here not to listen to my story, because I think most of you know my story, but you are here because you want me to answer some questions, maybe. So go for it.
So Drogba has said that we can take questions. So let's just try and make them extremely quick. Where's the microphone? Okay, so let's go for the first. There's a lady here in a green, extremely quick question.
Yeah, thank you very much, Drogba. How is your dad today?
My dad is so proud of me.
Thank you.
He said to me, I didn't want you to play, but I'm really proud of you because you stick to your plan and you proved me wrong.
Great. My question is, how would you today, I know your ambition in Côte d'Ivoire. Actually, I'm from Burkina Faso, the neighboring country. Donc, bonjour. How, as a former player, also doing business today through sports, you see the example of Jamaica, how they nurture sports from schools, from everywhere. But in West Africa, we don't have one single complex sports in the region.
Right, so how can
would you,
countries...
how would you encourage all the countries, West Africa as the whole continent, to go through that experience? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, I think we already have examples. And Senegal, like Amadou said, is a great example, of building infrastructures and building a platform for athletes, for people to improve, to work, and then go abroad and sell their potential. Senegal have one of the best players in the world right now, if not the best African now, with Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane. He comes from an academy in Senegal, and in my generation, we had Yaya Touré, we had all these talents, but the thing is, what we have to do, the mentality has to be right. We cannot say, okay, I'm focusing now. We want like short-term results, but we're not thinking about how profitable can be the results if you plan for the next 10 years, the next 20 years, build infrastructures that can help those kids to develop and go and become successful. And these same kids are going to come back and reinvest in the country because they know that it's important for them to leave a legacy.
Okay, have you finished?
No, it's okay.
Okay, but like the quickest question, that was a sneaky 2 questions. A very fast question from just here, the microphone. Pick the youngest person in this cluster because everyone's raising their hand to please make it a good one. The last, I'm sorry, people are gonna.
Yes, I'm the youngest. My name is Julien Morai. I'm from DRC Congo. And my question is, did you ever have a time when you failed in your career? How did it happen? And which action did you take? Thank you.
Okay. If I ever failed in my career, I never failed. No. Because my life is a journey. And for me, losing a game is not a failure. Missing an opportunity is not a failure. If after that moment of disappointment, it's disappointment, yes, but after that moment, if you manage to sit down and think about it and say, okay, what did go wrong? You learn from it. So it's not a failure because next time, you're not going to make the same mistake.
We have another question just here. Can the microphone come here?
Yeah, there.
Hello, thank you for the presentation, Drogba. You have inspired me so much, and I've learned so many things from you. But my question is about Drogba Foundation. I've heard about it. So do you have the way you help people with disability, like to improve their career in football? So do you have that expertise, or you can help people with disability also in your foundation? Me personally, I'm ready to volunteer in that foundation if you do not.
So I started my foundation in 2010 officially, but once again with my agent we've been doing some work, trying to give back to the community in Ivory Coast and everywhere in Africa, because I think I'm blessed, beyond blessed, to have the chance to play football, which is my passion, and to make it it's not even my job. It wasn't even my job. So, and when I see the love, like I just came on stage, this love that you gave me is the same love I receive everywhere in Africa. So I cannot just focus on me and say, I'm making money, I'm playing well, I'm winning trophies. I need to inspire people. I need to give back to society, to the community. So that's what I've been trying to do over the last few years, setting up a foundation, building up a clinic in Ivory Coast, in Abidjan, buying a mobile clinic to go in different places where people cannot have access to healthcare. We did heart disease campaign, and we tested over 5,000 people in the last 2 months. So we're doing things, and I have to say, regarding your question, I'm the ambassador of Special Olympics in Africa, and for me, we're talking about inclusion, and it's very important to me to have this role as an ambassador, because my voice can be heard, and I want to use it to promote you guys, and that's what I've been doing as an ambassador for Special Olympics, and I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop. I'm not going to stop.
But can you also tell her she needs to turn her passion to profit? So don't volunteer, girl. Ask for a job. Okay. So let's take one more question. There's a question back there. Another, or is there someone already with a mic? Where's the mic? Where's the mic? Okay. Yeah, get deep in there. Let people get a chance. Okay.
Your speech inspired me a lot.
Thank you.
And my name is Belat. I am from Ethiopia. My question is, we've seen from Rwanda that how leadership can transform Africa. and Africa is a continent full of resources and talents. What message do you have to the leaders of Africa in utilizing our talents and resources so that we can transform in a short period of time? Like Rwanda, it's my favorite country. I'm so jealous of you, all of you. Thank you so much.
I think what we have here in this country is an inspiration for all the other countries in Africa. Of course, the leaders, they have a role to play. They have to play their part. But I really believe that we have something to do with that. We have to play our part. We have to contribute to development. We cannot wait for our leaders to do it. We have to support it. And for those who are not doing it, we have to orientate them. So let's do it.
Hold our leaders accountable. Let's try and take one from the back. The microphone is... Oh, yes, make your voice heard. Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Sorry. Drogba.
I don't see you. Where?
It's
Okay,
here,
sorry.
here. Thank you very much. My name is Sese. I'm from Equatorial Guinea. It's the first time we are participating in something big like this. And yeah, we're taking our role here, my colleague and I. We're organizing an event is to make young kids or young people in our country leaders. So, Drogba, I'm checking your website for the foundation to see if we can get the details so we can get in touch with you. We don't have any information, it doesn't come out. So my question is, how can we reach you, or how can we reach your foundation so we can start working together? Thank you very much.
Thank you. So, because all this time, I mean, since 2010, I was playing abroad, and I couldn't really have the impact that I wanted on my foundation. So I went back to Ivory Coast. I'm living there now. So I'm trying to not rebuild, but to improve everything. That's why the website is in reconstruction. But I can give you a card so we can stay in touch and we can work with these kids.
Okay, the person with the mic, there seems to be a lot of questions. Maybe
What
we
about
can
there?
take one.
This guy over there?
Okay, it's the last. I'll
This one over.
let Drogba decide. Yes, there's someone who screamed here. I think that's the one that we've decided on. Can the mic get there?
Okay.
Make it good because it's the last one. No pressure or anything, but a lot of pressure.
I have a question. I think everybody can hear me.
Woo! A mic is coming to you.
I'm a youth, and then I have this question for you. I think it's a very important question because all youth here, we are supposed to be connecting. And I think we have a similar problem. That is, we have talents, we have passions, and we have our duties. So how do you manage to blend them all to produce what you have produced? Because actually, I'm someone that's very talented. I would like to say it loud. Cameroonians are very talented. I'm very talented. I do music, I do dancing, I do art, I do a little bit of everything. But finding the blend between the duties, the talent, and my passions, I need to know how you do it so I can be able to copy your example and become a star like you are.
So, this is a very good question. And for so many years, we've been thinking that the only places where we can shine, we can express our talents is Europe, America, somewhere else. But you are talented. I believe you. And I also believe that here we can create this platform to help you develop your talent. And I think this is what we have to all understand. We need to help each other. Everybody in his area, in his own capacity to make sure that this young man here gets the opportunity to explore his talent. This is what we have to do. So I think you also need a bit of luck. And a bit of luck, but I think you create your own luck. I think you create your own luck. You want to be, what do you want to be?
I want to be a mechanical engineer doing the conception and the creation of cars, cheap for Africa and able to fly. That's my dream.
Whoa.
So you have to be in this environment to create your own luck. You will not find this going out in the clubs. You will not find it staying at home. You have to go, like he said, he called Amadou 100 times. You know, you have to repeat and again, you have to work until you get there. You have to believe, never stop believing in you. You get the opportunity. I got the opportunity like this. You will get the opportunity. He got the opportunity like this to meet Serge Ibaka. But when this opportunity comes, you have to seize it. You don't, like he received the call, next day he was in OKC because he really wanted to achieve his dream. So that's what you have to understand. The opportunity will come. When it comes, take it. Take it.
Right.
You're welcome.
I definitely don't think that one is one to miss an opportunity. So we are actually going to wrap up this session now. We have run way over time. I know. It's not me. But as we wrap up, I'd like to invite on the stage our other speakers, just so that we can close up properly. Carol Kahemera, can you come? Yolanda Garambe, Yassine Fila, please join us on the stage as we close out this session. And thank you, of course, to Didier Drogba, and of course also to Amadou Fall. Please also join us on stage as we close out. Maybe we can have just one photograph with everyone, please. Photographers, if you can come and take the picture of all of our speakers. Thank you so much for coming here to the Turning Passion into Profit, and hopefully you all will be coming back for all the rest of the sessions for the day. My name is Makeda Mahadio. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.